What's that? You thought I forgot about my website? Of course not, silly. I just have a job now, so I haven't touched it in 3 months. I don't have any time, and also do a lot of typing at work, so I have to limit my typing at home. Nonetheless, I have done a few Forge bug fixes, and decided that, looking through all the pages, it is stable enough at this point that I can let other people in, and give it a try to see how it handles a few more people using it. Important note I forgot to mention, this site does not run on mobile. The majority of it technically does, but the Wheel and the Forge do not run even slightly on even really high-end phones. I've tested, I wish it did, but it doesn't. This is PC only, and probably good PC only. This will always be our little exclusive secret club, but I think it's time. There will be a Discord link in the description below if you would like to join the Discord exclusively about this website and using the Wheel. Anyway, let's go over the site and what it actually is for the uninitiated, in case you somehow just ended up here for the first day. The Wheel of Crap is my beautiful creation that I've used to spin every game ever made for NES, Genesis, and Super Nintendo over the past 15 years. We're almost done with that quest, and this site is its final resting place. So, on this site, there are two things to do. The most important, biggest part of it is you can go on quests. Let's go over there first, actually. So you have a quest for every console. These four at the moment. Eventually, I want all of them, but it's hard to find lists of every single console or every single game on every console. These four were just kind of convenient for me. But you can mark these games or these quests as like favorite them basically, so that they become active. And when they are active, you can spin them on the Wheel of Crap. And you can also click on them to see all the games that are in them. It's kind of ugly, but it works. I'd like to make that better. And you can see your progress based on how many you have played. For example, 28% of the games in Mega Man Marathon have been played on this account. These three. The rest of them have not. Well, that one as well. But you can see that these four have been played, and the rest have not. And anything that's marked active in the quests here will go to the wheel. You can also mark individual games as active. For example, if you see here, there are 5 states to a game. There is inactive, which means it's getting ignored unless you have a quest active that it is in. Unplayed, if you mark it to this, it will spin on the wheel even if you don't have a quest active, because anything marked as unplayed specifically is active on the wheel regardless. Then there's played, beaten, and complete, and what these mean to you, you can decide on your own. The way I do it is, if I've played the game even for a second, it goes here, and it also gets automatically marked for this when you spin it. If it's been beaten at all, it goes here, and if I have beaten it without cheating on older games, or on Steam, if I have beaten a game and gotten all of the achievements, or if it doesn't have any, it will go incomplete. Although, PC games aren't on here. That's just how I organize my Steam list. So you can mark them accordingly once you have played them, and that's basically it. You can also add them to your collection with this button here. Thumbs up means that it goes into your collection. And you can also remove them from your collection by just hitting this X. Now that collection only has one game, and I've played all of them. You can see by the progress bar what amount of games you've beaten, completed, or just played. As you can see, Mega Man Soccer here is marked as played, but if I were to change it to beaten, it would now be silver. And if I were to add another game as played to the collection, now we have one game that's played, one game that's silver, marking up the entire progress bar. Beautiful stuff, right? And that's basically it for questing. You can mark individual games, you can mark quests, and everything in those will get spun until everything is at least, played. Once everything is up to played, there are no more games for it to choose, and it will do something special after that. I'm not going to get into that right now. But, well, yeah, I will. I'll just mention it. So once you have every game marked as at least played, like the last one marked unplayed or inactive will make the wheel say there's only one game left. But after that, once everything's either played, beaten, or complete, it will exclusively choose all games you have marked as played and spin those until everything is marked as beaten. And then everything beaten until everything's marked as complete. And only then are you technically done. But that's a story for another day, and you don't have to pay any attention to that. You can always just mark another quest with unplayed games, and it will go exclusively for anything unplayed in a quest until everything is marked at least played. Regardless, This game, I mean, this site is all about questing, and that's how you do it. You mark the games, you mark the quests, and then you spin the wheel. What do you spin on the wheel? The mascots, of course. This is the other half of the site. You can make mascots in the Forge, and all of the mascots I've made and other people have made are here, and you can just, like, favorite them as well, and anything favorited will go on the wheel and randomly spin up your games for you, such as this one. Today we have Alf. Alf wants to spin a game, and you can do it by hitting the button. It's usually right here, and people like to change it into other things, or you can spin the wheel manually now. Usually both of those are active, but they can be marked as inactive or disabled, depending on what somebody's doing with their mascot. Once you have spun up a game, as I said before, it will mark it as played automatically, and you'll have to go to that game page to mark it as complete or beaten, or unmark it as played. However, you can get there very quickly by just clicking this now. Once the game has been spun, that goes straight to the game page. As you can see, it's marked played here. If I decided, nah, I don't want to play this, and I want to spin another one, I could just mark it as inactive. Or after playing it, I could mark it as complete, or beaten, or whatever. That's how that works. Isn't it beautiful? So that's basically the entire site, except for the Forge. Clicking this would make you able to create a new mascot, but I'm just going to go to the profile to this test one to show you the Forge. And this is where all the tools of the trade that I've made since last December, basically, are residing to make the mascots. You can spin on the Forge too, but it won't spin real games, so you don't have to worry about marking anything as complete. It will just spin fake games when you spin it on the Forge, such as Man Train Impact 6, my favorite in the series. And here is where you would, like, you know, do all the Forge stuff. If you want to learn how this works, I made an entire playlist of videos teaching you absolutely everything that you could possibly want to do. There's like 6 hours of content, I think. No, actually, it's probably more than that now. But there are many hours of content on how to use this to make your mascots. And you will have access to that in the Discord if you want it. So, Merry Christmas, everyone. Welcome to Game Questers. It's currently just kind of on my normal site on an offshoot random, like, subdomain. I want to move it to a real site eventually, but for now it's just kind of hiding there in its pre-alpha state. So if you want to come F around on the wheel and make mascots like Purple has been doing, Jesus Christ, Purple's losing his mind, making mascots like every few days, then feel free. Come check it out, see if you want to do stuff. If not, I don't really care, but it's open now. Also, if you want to help, I need 3 things. One of them is a complete collection game list for every console that aren't these 4. One of them is for people to come in and start suggesting edits to, like, give me game information so I can add them without having to add them myself. You can add the description. Hey, it's this game. This is what the box back said. I'm not going to type all that. A tagline for it to just show in the game list. Wow, cool game! And then also search tags, like developer, this guy. And you can remove those too, if you put one in wrong. So there's information on what I want on that in the Discord too. You don't change this, please. Don't change the platform. I'll just deny it. The platforms are right. But you can change it to be Japan. You can change the date. This is obnoxious to use, so it's better to just type it. But yeah, you can help, like, suggest edits to games. If I trust you, I can make you an editor, and then you'd be able to change or add the screenshots too. But if I don't, just send the screenshots to me. So that's the second way you can help. The third way is if you are a CSS genius to make the site not look like trash. I could definitely use a little bit of help there too. I've always had a plan to have multiple themes here, like a Mario theme or just a general 90s gaming theme to make it look better. And I can add all of that, I just don't know how to make it look pretty myself. I'm not an artist, so that's why it looks like trash. I also need to make this main page not this, but again, time, I just don't have it. The important part is that the primary function of this site, the game list, the mascots, the Forge, the wheel, all of it is working, and it's working really well. It's working way better than I expected it to. I haven't found any issues with the site, except for the Forge crashing every so often. So save often if you're making a mascot. Anyway, That's all I have to say right now. The site is still super early alpha, so expect it to change, and I'm probably going to break things because when I do make edits, I'm editing live instead of in a test environment, so expect that. But if you want to go on your own quest on these 4 consoles, then feel free. Come make mascots. I will probably use some of them when I start N64 as the bonus stages after the 3 are done. We only have like 650 games left to go, I think. So we've got a couple years left yet. And then after that, as I've said, I want to do N64, and I'm going to do it on this site because this already works. I'm not going to use the wheel I've been using anymore. So when I do that, I'll probably be using everybody else's mascots too, and we'll probably have 1 mascot per game because there's already like 300 of them as it is, because Purple won't stop. He's making so many mascots. He's so good at it. He's better than me, probably, because he just keeps doing it, and I haven't had time to care. So, anyway, Merry Christmas, everyone. See you in the Discord if you join.